It's Week 11 of the National Football League. And we'll get a look at the Penguin, Jalen Waddle.
Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. This taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So out comes the Arizona offense for the first time. They are led out by their quarterback, Dak Prescott.
He's coming off a really nice 3-touchdown performance in last week's win, Mike, but outside of that one errant throw, he did a really nice job of protecting the ball and was seemingly in control the entire game. This defense all week, they talked about trying to bait him into making some mistakes, so he's got to be careful about falling into the trap. But if he does that, I tell you what, I really like their chances.
On second down, it's Dak. Finding his tight end, Mayer. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. From the shotgun, it's Dak. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. They get 18 on the pitch and catch. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field, and not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. That's a big-time play to secure that one.
And he'll work his way down inside the 40. George Karlaftis there to make the play. Once again, it's Spears. And he'll get this close to a first down. It's about 7, maybe a yard short of the first down. Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll try and run here with Spears. It's a gain of 12 there. It's an Arizona first down.
Over the last couple years, Mike, we've seen the trend in the NFL is that 3rd down has really become a passing down, but not here. Not for this team. They keep the ball on the ground. They're able to pick up a big gain. Fresh set of downs.
And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
Open man, it's Jameson Williams. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. 9th play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on 3rd down. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Whose kick is good. And the Cardinals are out to an early 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. They're led out by their rookie quarterback, a day 3 pick in the draft this past April.
What we saw last week, Mike, was just a quarterback that was taking what the defense gave him and just playing a really well-rounded game. I mean, he found the end zone a total of 3 times, twice on the ground, once through the air. But most importantly, he avoided those back-breaking mistakes that could have come back to haunt them. If he continues to play at that level, it's going to be a hard team to beat on any given day.
They get 11 and quickly pick up a first down. Now they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. Back to throw. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Here comes the Eagles punt team. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Cards offense and Dak Prescott set to take over again. And he is right up there in touchdown passes, as you see on that graphic, currently second in the NFL at this point in the season. He's got the tight end there. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. A run with Spears. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Demario Davis there on the play. Here's third down and a few inches. On third down, they go with Spears. Oh, he won't get there. Looking for a cutback lane. It never opened up. And now it's fourth down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up fourth down.
On the return is Tucker. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Eagles offense ready to take over for their second possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. He'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. Pete Werner there to make the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
He'll look to throw. Off he goes. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Now this time they'll look to throw. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. In motion, it's Waddle. On third down, they'll set up to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The key to this play here, Mike, is the anticipation of the snap. Watch how he's able to time the center, and when that ball moves, he hits it. Gets through into the backfield, and he brings the quarterback down before the receivers even got out of their breaks.
That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive on the ground with Spears. He's got room at the 30. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. In motion, that's the tight end there. Dak going to throw it here on first down. That's complete to Ramondre Stevenson out of the backfield. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. The Cardinals have the early edge in this one. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Third and short. Prescott. Quick throw here is complete. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down. First carry for Ramondre Stevenson. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. In motion, that's the tight end there. Open man, that's Bateman downfield. He is in. Rashad Bateman. Touchdown, Cardinals. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Koo able to add the extra point. And the Cardinals are out to a 10-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. That's fielded just shy of the goal line. Now an opening past the 30. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
He'll drop to throw. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. Well, it's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Over the middle, it's taken in by Waddle. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up fourth down. Now a stoppage here for an injured player. That's Jalen Waddle, who's in some discomfort. Here's their punter now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And this is going to work out for them. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Cardinals offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And take a look at the early projections for the MVP award. Most people say his numbers now are good enough to at least be on the short list to take home the hardware. If you look at the stats, it's hard to disagree. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Play action now. Prescott. A dive and a catch. Incredible. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down. On the play fake. Dak. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Demario Davis.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
The Eagles offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They can get back into this quickly now. Very short field ahead. It is 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
Down inside the 10. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. In motion, it's Waddle. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. They'll throw out of the gun. Oh, he coughs up the football. The Cardinals have got it. One of those exciting moments in a football game. There is a turnover and a fumble, and all of a sudden the guys who were on defense, they're starting to think like offensive players, Greg. They really wanted to take that back the other way.
And I think for that offense, they're fortunate that didn't lead to a touchdown, because for a minute, I thought the defender was going to take it all the way back. But either way, winds up with a pretty nice return, and his offense is in great position.
The Cardinals offense ready to get back at it. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early. And we'll see if they can add to it. Beginning on this drive, 1st and 10. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. In motion, that's the tight end there. On 2nd down, it's Dak. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Second down, Prescott. That's right side and brought in by Williams. That's his third catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. Pistol now for Prescott. Finding his tight end, Mayer. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They go 5 receivers for third down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Dak. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
And the Cardinal first down.
First and 10. In motion, that's the tight end, Mayer. Prescott on first down. Catch is made. That is Williams. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. We'll come to the line now on second and 2. In motion, that's the tight end, Mayer. Again, Prescott to the air. He's got the tight end, Mayer. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff will get a chance to look him over during the break. They'll throw again. Dak. Throwing right. It's taken in. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A good spot here. Second and a yard. Tight end going in motion here. To the air again. Prescott. A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by Rodney Thomas. And the Eagles are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Every defensive coordinator, Mike, in the NFL preaches one thing about red zone defense. Keep them out of the end zone. Make them settle for 3. Well, what do? With that interception, they take it to another level, and they get off the field without allowing a single point.
The Eagles offense going to take over just before the half. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with first and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's complete. It's Waddle. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to keep it himself. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second. And they stop it with 19 seconds to go in this opening half. Back to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Cardinals will have great field position as they take over at their own 45.
For these young rookie quarterbacks, every snap in the NFL is an opportunity to have a lesson learned, and sometimes the lessons come a little bit harder than others. In this case, they kind of fool them with their blitz package. It's a little bit more complex at the NFL level than it is necessarily in college, and I think he just got a first-hand taste of just how fast this pressure can get on you. And sometimes when it speeds up that clock, you can make a bad throw.
Now a timeout charge to Arizona. That is their second as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now a second down throw for Prescott. And they'll take this down inside the 35. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Cards going to signal for their third and final timeout. Out is Younghoe Koo to try the field goal. Officially an even 50-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cardinals going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming, and the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Oh, and he's going to go down. He could not get rid of it, and that's going to bring an end to this first half.
With the score, Cardinals 13, Eagles nothing.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where you see the final score there. DJ Moore, well over 100 yards with 2 touchdown catches to boot. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. The Bears just cannot buy a break as they remain winless at 0-10 on the year. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were winners in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. Ashton Doolin, a touchdown catch in the victory. These two teams ready for the second half, and so are we. So let's get you back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Whoa. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has had all sorts of trouble in this one. Your quarterback has to take care of the ball, and he has not. Turning it over in the air, turning it over as a fumbler. You just cannot win football games in this league when the quarterback's giving the defense the ball. And that's what he's done in this one. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now they'll set up to throw. That one caught by Tucker. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. In motion, Reed. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. The second down throw is incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target, and it's going to be 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Here comes the Eagles punt team, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Cardinals offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down and 8. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. Here's 3rd and 2. Oh, there's movement up front. That's going to make this 3rd down a lot tougher. So, from 3rd and 2, back him up to 3rd and 7. Dak to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This fielded inside the 35. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do. And, look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
On 2nd down, he'll fake the handoff and hold on to it. The defense not biting. They stay at home, stop the quarterback. No gain on the play. Here's a 3rd down and 4. He'll look to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Well, they finally are able to convert on a 3rd down. And, Mike, when you look back at a box score, some of the biggest indications of how well the game went, of course, you don't want to turn the ball over. How do you execute in the red zone? And then how are you on 3rd down? 3rd downs typically lead to long drives. Long drives tend to lead to points. It's not a real complicated formula. Stay on the field. The more snaps, the more plays, the better.
2nd down and 3. That'll be complete to Dobbins.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
It's a pickup of 12 as they wind up converting on 4th down. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll give it to Dobbins. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Quick throw here is complete. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. He gets this one to Tucker. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it. Here's Dobbins. And this offensive line creating running space. He'll get 6 and get inside the 10-yard line. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now here's a keeper on the zone read. And the Eagles are going to have it 1st and goal. He'll take this one down to about the 3-yard line. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That touchdown, #1 for him on the year. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
The extra point is good. And the Eagles are on the board. It's now 13-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 10. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
On 2nd down, it's Dak. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that 1st down. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. In motion, that's the tight end, Mayer. It's 3rd and 1, and here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Michael Mayer, the tight end, was targeted with that one. And it's going to be 4th down. The Cardinals lining up for punt. And how about that play on special teams? Perfectly done. It checks up right at the 1-yard line. The home team's offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll need to get something positive going right away here. Ball starts inside their own 1-yard line. Inside the 10. And he is gone. 99 yards. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Wow, one of those breathtaking plays, taking it the distance, going coast to coast. A long run pays off with a touchdown.
And Mike, what looks like a simple handoff, just trying to pick up some yards and get themselves out of the shadow of their own goalpost. He got through the initial wave, and he is gone. He takes it the length of the field for 6.
The extra point is good. And the Eagles move out in front by a point. It's 14-13. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense ready for this next possession. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. Dak going to throw it here on 1st down. To get this complete, it's Williams over the middle. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. In motion, that's the tight end, Mayer. There's that man again. Another catch. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
First down, Prescott. Open down the field is Mayer, the tight end. A gain there of 21. It's good for a Cardinals first down. On play action, here's Dak. That's into traffic, but taken in. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So the field goal here gets you the late lead. You got to think you want 6 when you have it first down and goal. To the air again, Prescott. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain. Ball is at the 8 for second and goal. Prescott again. He's got it at the 3. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Arizona. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
So a big play coming here for the Cardinals, who will go for 2. Now a toss, running left, it's Stevenson. And he is not going to get in. Stop on the try for 2. The lead remains right where it is.
I don't love the call. I mean, all week you practice these gotta-have-it plays. Every call sheet, Mike, has 3 or 4 plays that are down here in the goal line that could also be used as 2-point plays. I think to simply turn it around and just hand the ball to your running back, gotta be a little bit more creative. That's a big missed opportunity.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. The open man is Reed. He's got it. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard.
At the 40-yard line.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. And he's going to take this past the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now they'll set up to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Back to throw. This one is caught by Reed. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
Now it's Dobbins. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll look to throw. Open man, left side. He's got it. 10 yards, the gain on the pitch and catch. First down, Philadelphia.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Quick throw, taken in. 13 yards the gain, down to the 13-yard line. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
His 50th reception on the season, and he's got a first down to go with it. Here's a run. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Hey, Dobbins. Touchdown, Eagles. That's his 2nd touchdown of this one, and he's got a half dozen for the year. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone.
That's going to be caught. They get the 2 points. Man, this could turn out to be important. The lead goes to 3 here in the 4th quarter. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Here comes a return from the 5. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Cards offense and Dak Prescott set to take over again. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Dak to throw. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second down, Prescott. He'll find Stevenson out of the backfield. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Cardinals.
From the shotgun, it's Dak. In trouble, and down he goes.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Now a second down throw for Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Putting the tight end in motion. Dak facing third and long. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
That's fielded at about the 18. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Yeah. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left. And it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. He is tough to bring down. A big one there on the ground.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the fourth quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
A hit, and he has lost the football. One of his teammates is there to pick it up. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey, guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs. Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
He'll look to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but he has the first down inside the 10-yard line. It's first and goal. To the back of the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
No problem there on the extra point, and the Eagles will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He'll start at the 4. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. This crowd, they're trying to force a false start. What noise before 3rd and inches. They'll drop to throw. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. Again, Prescott to the air. He finds his receiver. That's Bateman.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
He manages to get the throw away and completes it. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll throw again. Dak. He'll get this one to his safety valve. Complete. The Philly faithful making some noise on their feet before 3rd down. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down. So here comes Younghoe Koo in a pressure spot. This to get back to a one-possession game. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within one score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit. With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here an onside kick, not much of a chance.
The Eagles offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Now a timeout charge to Arizona. That is their 2nd. They get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in the 4th. They'll run it with Dobbins out of the pistol. Card's going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. They'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee.
They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. Here we go. One final play. A ball deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. They took the end zone shot on the final play. It's a heartbreaking finish, as this one will come to an end. So it's a win here for the Eagles. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That is the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Eagles are winners, as we say, so long from South Philly.